Today's Reddit story is about an OP who wants to know if she's the a-hole for not letting her parents be involved grandparents. Let's find out more about it. It's from the subreddit Am I the A-hole? And it's titled, Am I the a-hole for not letting my parents to be involved grandparents because they chose my sister's friend over me? I, 25 female and pregnant with my first child, and only a few weeks ago my estranged parents found out about my pregnancy from someone I know back in my hometown. They reached out so excited to find out that they were going to be grandparents and wanted to be involved, but I ignored them and continued ignoring them until 2 days ago when I replied one time and made it clear they will never know my child or be in our lives and that I wanted them to stop contacting me. This was all via email, by the way. Let me get into some background. I have an older sister, Sam, 28, and she had a best friend, Luna. Sam and Luna met in pre-K and became fast friends. Luna was at our house all the time, and eventually she started saying really awful things to me and bullying me. She called me names, mocked me whenever I asked if I could spend time with her and Sam, threw stuff at me when she sees me, and even made a game out of spitting at me and seeing how many times she could hit me. My parents knew and they did nothing. But once I was 7, they sat me down and told me that Luna had a bad time at home and she was mean, but she needed us and I needed to understand. And how Luna was so important to Sam and she would grow up into a better person if we didn't abandon her. She used to come along to extended family parties and dinners. I remember one time Mom's side was all meeting up, and because my parents didn't say Luna was coming, we were a chair short for a bit. Luna took the chair and then said there was no room for me at the table, just like there wasn't room for me anywhere and I should go cry in the corner somewhere. Mom's family were horrified and I started to cry. I was 9 by then. My grandparents ended up leaving the table and getting one for just the 3 of us, and they spoiled me while they refused to pay for a single thing Luna consumed. They asked me what was going on too, and I told them everything. Afterwards, my parents got so much crap from Mom's side of the family, and my mom's parents contacted my dad's parents, and they were shamed by both sides. When they had enough of that, my parents told Sam that Luna needed to come over less or she needed to be nicer. They sort of stuck to that for a while. My grandparents checked in on me weekly to see if my parents were letting that spoiled little madam into the house to abuse me, and I think that was the deterrent for my parents. But then, when I was 12, my parents let Luna move in with us. They said her home situation was worse and she was going to apologize and we were going to make sure she felt wanted and welcome with us. I got a sorry, I guess, from her, and I could hear her making fun of me to Sam whenever me and my parents weren't around. She laughed about how I looked betrayed when my parents told me she was moving in. She found it hilarious. I think you can see whose side Sam was always on. I lived like that for a little over a year before it got to be too much, and I told my grandparents Luna was living with us. They went ballistic on my parents, and after weeks or months of fighting about it, my grandparents insisted I was going to move in with them. My parents protested against it, but my grandparents said they couldn't be trusted to take care of me. My parents wouldn't kick out Luna for me, so yeah. I lived with my grandparents the rest of that time, and I actually live in the same neighborhood as them with my partner now. I actually had 0 contact once I moved in with my grandparents. These emails were the first contact in more than a decade. My parents keep replying to that one email. I got like 4 within a few minutes, about an hour after I sent it, and they're telling me I'm taking this too far, and they said Luna isn't even in the picture anymore. Am I the a-hole? OP, you are absolutely not the a-hole. You set up clear boundaries. They clearly chose Luna over you, their biological daughter. They care more about Luna's well-being than your own. How ridiculous is that? Your parents should not be parents, because they obviously was not a parent to you. Thank goodness you have your grandparents who took care of you, who was by your side. And I'm glad that your parents got shamed by both sides of the family, because they deserve that shame. I cannot believe how selfish they are. They would, I mean, like, honestly, I don't understand why. Why take in someone who bullies your younger child? That does not make sense. Well, are you guys trying to play heroes in other people's eyes? No. When people hear about this story, they're going to be like, that is ridiculous. You're choosing a bully over your own child. That makes you a horrible parent. Anyways, let's see what some of the commenters have to say about this. First commenter says, it took them 10 years to contact their daughter. What did they expect? They are not family anymore. Not the a-hole. Exactly. Another commenter says, and they only contacted her because she had a baby, not because they cared about her. Good point. Exactly. Why wait 10 years to contact you, OP? Truly, your parents only care about you, about them being grandparents. Once again, very selfish decision. Another commenter says, this right here says it all. Even when she was gone to the grandparents' home, they could have spent time alone with their daughter while the older daughter spent time with her friend. But they couldn't be bothered to even do that. Their own egos were so big that they couldn't accept that they were the reason they lost their daughter. No way I would ever let them see or hold their biological grandchild. Exactly. I completely agree. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the OP is the a-hole for not letting her parents be grandparents? I personally think that she's doing the right thing. She's setting up boundaries, clear boundaries, saying, you know what? You didn't protect me when I was younger. You weren't a parent to me. Why should you be a grandparent? And like, why should you be rewarded of being an involved grandparent for my child? Good for you for setting up. But anyways, I would love to hear what you guys think about the situation. Do you guys have any advice for this OP? Do you think the OP is the a-hole in the situation? Or do you think she's right? She is not the a-hole. Let me know in the comments section. And remember, if you like these types of stories, to continue to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.